Satnam, offering a general reading, and as always, explore what resonates within. Your awareness to your own experience is by far the greatest teacher and can give you far more than anything I could say. Also, you might interpret a card or message differently than I do, so please follow your intuitive guidance over anything I could say. Overall, I'm getting the sense of relationships changing and planting new seeds. And it's more like new seeds of awareness and thought and allowing something new to unfold. And that might be within yourself, or that might be within a connection that's playing out or you're working with. I got this sledge-o-matic. That was the first thing they showed me, was a watermelon. So what does a watermelon mean to you? And initially when I saw the sledgehammer coming down, breaking it apart, I thought planting new seeds. And when we plant new seeds, sometimes it can be messy, right? When I clean out the closet, I pull everything out, sort through it. Some stuff gets put back, some things get moved, some things get donated. And so maybe cleaning up is part of a process that you could be working through, like a spring clean. And it's not always like clear cut or clean, but it's in a process of cleaning up, if that makes sense. Also, think about traditions, think about generations and changes between what you see today is appropriate, what you think today is right for you, different from what either your parents, previous generations, or different subcultures might project onto you. So thinking about breaking that mold and making new choices. When we think about new choices, it can be a new choice in a thought. It can be a new choice in a word that you say to another. Satnam is a seed mantra, and it means the truth is within. And so the truth is within you if you choose to dig in and get in there and explore it, like breaking open the mold that you might even have for yourself to see what's inside. The next thing they showed me was a pineapple. And forgive me, the first thing I thought of was SpongeBob. And you could take this like sledge-o-matic. SpongeBob is like, you know, a sponge cleaning up empath versus like it's other deviant behaviors. I don't want to throw the word narcissist out there, but there's a spectrum, not to label or box in that experience either. But what I got from SpongeBob is allowing something new. When this first came to mind, I thought of the way that characters play out roles. And when it comes to like a narrative, a storyline, I feel like we have those in our own lives. Within family structures, different roles you play. It's almost like you put on a hat, I do my dance, you do your dance, and we play this out. It doesn't have to be that way. When you think about SpongeBob and Plankton, and that could be the case with other shows. There's like this diabolical character who's out for revenge, and then there's this other character that either wants to clean things up or save the day. And where are you at with that? Are you in there causing ruckus? Are you trying to clean things up? Do both hats need to come off and just try something new? Does it have to continue to play out in the same cycle? Also, I did take a look at one of the things in SpongeBob, and it was the Friends song. So SpongeBob is like singing Friends and fun. I'm not going to sing it for you. And, you know, he's trying to get to Plankton about let's have fun, let's be nice. And Plankton at first in the song is not getting it. He's like still in that diabolical mindset. And eventually, as the song progresses, that little skit plays out, Plankton expresses that he has this feeling inside, and he doesn't even know what that feeling is. It's so foreign. And SpongeBob's like, yeah, that's like fun, that's joy, that's friendship. So is there a feeling within you or a feeling between you and another that's like foreign, that it's time to like break open the mold of the past and the way that you thought about it? And I feel like forgiveness is really huge right now with the clients I've been speaking to and the groups I've been working with. Forgiveness keeps coming through, and maybe that's part of what breaks the mold. Either forgiving yourself for the past in the way that you've allowed something to play out, or forgiving another to allow your heart to kind of open up and feel something new within you that then can shine light out into the world. I do hope that resonates. Again, if you get something else, something different than I do, roll with that. But overall, how are your relationships changing? And we're going to start here. I give a few decks out. We'll see where we go. So what's the overall energy within you? What's the overall energy in your interpersonal relationships? And how is that energy rolling forward, kind of spinning open to allow something new? What is it teaching you? And you could even be looking back into the past with a new lens based on this opportunity. So opening new doors within yourself or between you and others. And that might mean closing some doors. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. That's okay. Bottom deck. So does it feel like there's an obstruction? Does it feel like there is a block? The next bottom deck is rebirth. So perhaps it's an illusion that something feels like it's in a stagnant place, or it takes a minute. You might be playing out the same scenario and had no clue about it, and now there's a new awareness to it. And so that obstacle was just part of your daily living that's now coming to the forefront saying it's time for change. And so asking for help and knowing that you have the tools within you, you have resources, you have connections, and there's more for you to learn to overcome it. Rebirth. What does that feel like to plant a new seed? What does it feel like to nurture your growth and well-being? Unconditional love is what fell out. Unconditional love. And believing wholeheartedly that you deserve that. You deserve love. So taking that time to sit with you, taking time to sit with all parts of you, taking time to love those parts of yourself that feel diabolical, those parts of yourself that you're not proud of, giving love to your inner child, giving love to the inner child wounds, and noticing that as you start to give yourself that unconditional love, how that comes out in the relationship, how that actually changes. It shifts what would have been an obstacle to a transformation. Unconditional love. And I really believe we're here for a reason. And I really believe that love is that possibility. But what gets in the way, right? Our fears and insecurities. It doesn't always feel good to be vulnerable. And some of that, I believe, or at least for myself, is from conditioning from the past. That said, can you see yourself anew? Can you see each situation anew? A new opportunity. So if you were to pick up a crying baby, right? I'm sorry, those of you who don't have children, to use this example if it doesn't feel a fit. Some days with my daughter, oh my goodness, I had to learn what she needed from day one and still learning today. And when she was younger, I never understood. She never wanted to be held in, like really close to me. I would actually hold her out. I would like to where her legs would straddle my arms and her face would be out. So it was like here. And she liked to look out, especially I remember one day she was fussy and it was like, I was kind of tired of pacing back and forth, but I noticed when she was in front of a window that she was happy. You know, like she needed that movement, she needed that stimulation, and she wanted to look out to see what was happening around her. And maybe your inner child, maybe you need something different today. Maybe that changes every day. I don't know why, poor child. All my classes, all videos, hear stories of her. The shoes in this woman's, maybe it's about grounding, earthing energy. Her shoes are standing out. And that's number 1. Unconditional love is number 1. Rebirth is 7. And destruction or perception of is number 5. And the elephant is the tattoo on the chest. What fell out is the 10 of Cups. What would make you happy? What would make you happy? And can you really believe that you're capable of receiving that? And so I really believe that the unconditional love that you give yourself opens the door, the gateway to receive. Think about it. When it rains and you drive down the road, sometimes you're on 10 and 2 and you're focused on where you want to go. But there's an opportunity to look around safely as you drive, and you might catch that rainbow if you're open enough and paying attention enough to see it. And so what would your happiness be? And can you explore all the opportunities within your reach to obtain your happiness, to be that cup of love for yourself first and foremost? What does the pod at the end of the rainbow look like for you? What does that feel like? Bottom deck. Slow and steady. That's what this card tells me. Just slowly taking the time for you. Kids background. It's interesting. The kids are like, I can't tell if they're like fighting, dancing, or playing. So what's happening internally versus externally, perhaps. And are you shielding in some way? Is it presenting or shielding? And the flowers in the background. The brick underneath, or the hardscape under the feet. And it's more like step by step. If we think about the yellow brick road, it was always within Dorothy. Her happiness was always within reach. She just didn't know it. She had to believe it. And in the end, was it a dream? Was it real? And does it matter? Do you feel like there was defeat in the past? And are you feeling like there is defeat now? Bottom deck is truths. So letting something to rest. The next bottom deck energy is the Lovers. So choice. And so you have a choice to keep going round and round. And maybe you might feel like you're at this breaking point. And rather than stopping, taking time to let something rest, to pay attention, because we're looking at swords here, what thoughts are serving, what mindset is serving, and what needs to be put to rest. And how can you reevaluate how you continue to play the game of life for you? And it's not so much a game of life of winning and losing, letting that aside, good, bad, right, wrong, putting that aside. And what do you need for you to continue on your journey for your emotional well-being, for your emotional freedom? And are you boxing yourself in? And what do you need to continue to give yourself and nurture within to make it happen? So 5 and 5 here. Let's see here. Let's get a little bit more on this 5 of Swords defeat card. Can get a little bit more for that. Notice here the cards are on the table. Like the information is there. What are you going to do with it? And you don't have to take everything with you. So 5 to 4. It's your choice. And it might feel like with that regression 5 to 4, it might feel like you're like a frog in a well, taking 2 steps back. There's nothing wrong with stepping back to reevaluate and assess how you want to move, how you want to grow forward. And how can you do that in a loving way? You might not feel like things are moving. When I see the 5s on the board, I think of like Wednesday, when everyone's like, is it time? Is it time for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? But you still have to live for today, right? We can't like keep living for the weekend. And there was another card that was coming to mind as I was saying that. That maybe it's not all about chasing the rainbow, and it's not really about weathering the storm, but just knowing it'll pass, that the climate always changes, the winds change, the tide changes, the weather changes, and it's out of your control. But what is in control is your thought process, your thought loop, the way that you love yourself, the way that you care for yourself, the way you choose to perceive an opportunity, the way you choose to perceive an obstacle. Bottom deck, honing in your skills and reaching out, reaching up for it. Did I say that right? The 3 of Diamonds. And what's lurking underneath? It's kind of like thinking of like the scary monster under the bed, that 9 of Swords energy as well. That learning to work with all parts of you, and it's not about suppressing how you feel, but learning what needs to be laid to rest versus what do you toy with and what do you give your attention to. Not everything needs your attention, and at the same time things within you do need your attention. Let's see, what is your wish fulfillment? What do you see for yourself? What do you dream of your own reality? And I'm not sure if success is possible for you. I feel like I should have done these in a different order. And what are you committing to energetically? So what is this dance of life teaching you? You might step on some feet, right? It might be awkward at first, but can you feel into the beat and connect and create what feels like success for you to sit in your throne, to look back and say everything from the past, it is what it was, or that all taught me of where I'm at today, and then growing forward from that place with what you have in the material realm and seeing the fruits of the labor. And it just might not be coming in quite yet for you, but it's there, and trusting that you're almost there to receive. Keep feeding yourself, your dreams, and your sense of worthiness with love. Keep looking at obstacles as opportunities. Keep looking at what was in the past as you look back, seeing that you are a new human being, and that fear, which is actually here upright, doesn't have to take you over, that you're learning to work with fear. Fear can be an opportunity to see yourself anew, to pull out a new strength within yourself and learn that dance of being you. Learn that dance of connecting to another human being with authenticity. It's all up to you if you want to light your own fire and keep stoking the fire of your own rebirth and awakening. Are you going to spread your wings? Or are you going to stalemate? Are you going to play your cards? Are you going to look for a new hand? Are you going to look for a new partner at the table? And you're allowed to take one step forward if you slowly navigate, like one step forward, one step this way, and just like feel it out slowly rather than jumping in. That you have the opportunity. You can take a U-turn. You can try a right turn, try a left. You can try the highway. You can take a back road. You can run, you can skip, however you choose. But if you do it with a mindful approach, or take a little step, it's like a little taste of life. Dance a few steps. Just slowly integrating these opportunities to see and be anew, to really learn what happiness is for you. Do you really know and understand what that is? And will your mind take control of that? And can you put your mind in check to allow happiness, to allow love, to allow a rebirth. You know, every once in a while I get a question or a phrase, and I write it down, and I happened to put that out today, but it wasn't quite part of like that bulk of images that came out, but it's speaking to me right now. The universe is paving the way. Will you accept the change? Like, challenge accepted to be you and step up anew. It's funny, I didn't even expect to put that as part of this reading, but my eyes really went to it. Any other messages? Doors are there, it's up to you. Okay, I'm seeing that image. You know, I remember when the fire department would come to your elementary school and teach you fire safety. And the one thing they'd say, and I could be totally wrong, but I'm just like getting that sense of feeling, putting your hand on the door to feel for heat. To feeling it out, which goes in line with this card, and just slowly feeling it out, what doors are right for you, that are now a part of your new state of being and living. What doors need to close, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to close some doors. Can't feel guilty on that. You can't think about like leading a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You know, like you need to invest your energy in mindfully for your own well-being. You're responsible for yourself. And that's not to say we don't love others, but loving others as it is also bringing love back to you, or as it serves you, so that you're not like emptying your cup, you're not depleted of who you are by giving to another. That there is a Six of Diamonds, that Six of Pentacles, reciprocity. Bottom deck is deeper, and this card looks so beautiful. Look at that. I love that with the rust. Look how beautiful that is. That what the weather has done to this door. I just love those colors and textures. Deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on. Meaning like keep going. Keep going. Which, I mean, that sense of going deeper also goes in line with that like the planting new seeds. The card that fell out, and again another beautiful image, reminds me of the Fool card. Also reminds me of like that idea of just transcending. Oh, beautiful message. Yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. So say yes to you. Say yes to your shine and keep going and do what you do. The world needs you. Set now.